turn our attention to that storm system that's building to the south of us, continuing to dump heavy snowfall across Oklahoma now. Already have some of those totals across Texas, and we're going to continue to see that track northward. Around Texas, we're now seeing that switch over to some heavy rainfall, so really just a mess across Texas tonight. And here's some of the snowfall totals from Texas. Anywhere between 4 and 6 inches of snow has fallen there in just the past 24 hours or so. That area is still under a winter weather advisory, and much of the country is under some type of advisory, watch, or warning tonight. Those stretching from Texas all the way up to Pennsylvania, and of course right across Illinois, central Illinois, I should say, and central Indiana. We are not under that watch or warning right now, but there is a winter weather advisory downstate for the potential of about 2 to 4 inches of snowfall. Here at home, expecting more like 1 to 3 inches of snowfall across the Chicagoland area. So here's what we're expecting. As we head overnight, things are going to stay quiet through the evening, a little bit breezy with those winds picking up out of the southwest. And then after midnight, closer to the morning hours, that's when we'll start to see that snow moving in from the south and continuing to track northward. Expecting to see some of that heavier snowfall by mid-morning, likely when you're heading out for your morning commute. And then we'll see that become a little bit more scattered in nature as we head through the midday hour with lightning snow by the early afternoon. We could see maybe just a few flurries lingering in the evening hours, but most of the accumulation should be down by the late afternoon hours for Chicagoland, and then lingering across northwest Indiana a little bit longer into those later afternoon hours. Quieter conditions move into the forecast on Saturday, and we also should see some sunshine. Here's what we're expecting with some of those snow totals. Anywhere between about 1 to 3 inches, with those higher totals expected south of the city and then into northwest Indiana, more like about an inch across our northern counties and up into Wisconsin. That's where we're going to see some of those lighter snowfall totals. So just enough to cause some issues, though, on the roadways tomorrow. So this system has also had an impact on those wildfires burning out west. That low pressure system has been just to the south of this high pressure to the north of California. And what's been going on with that is that's really created this tight pressure gradient between these two weather features, which has led to those really strong winds, amplifying the Santa Ana winds going into that area across Southern California. Here's a look at some of those wind gusts from the past 48 hours, up to 103 in some locations, mostly along those mountain ridges where we saw those really strong winds in the past 48 hours. We've started to see those light and still going to be fairly windy across those areas tonight. We're seeing those gusts about 30 to 40 miles per hour across those locations. Still have several watches and warnings out there as well. Wind advisory, high wind warning, air quality alert, and a fire weather warning still in place across those locations. Of course, not only the wind has been a problem, but we've also seen those really, really dry conditions. Drought is in place across Southern California. They have not received enough rain this season. This is how much they've received since July 1st. 1% of their total rainfall, 2% in Long Beach. So really, really down on their rain. Really need some, not expecting any in the next couple weeks here. Sunshine here at home today. We saw about 98% of our total sunshine. It was a fairly nice day, however chilly, but that sunshine always helps when we see those colder temperatures. Highs today into the upper 20s. Normally we're right around 32, so we were pretty close to our normal highs today. Right now we're into the mid-20s. Feels a little bit colder than that because of those winds. Right now we're seeing those out of the southwest sustained about 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's making it feel more like we're in the teens across the area. 11 is what it feels like in Kankakee. Tonight, 20 degrees for our overnight low. Those clouds will increase overnight, breezy, and then that snow likely going to develop after midnight, continuing into early tomorrow. We should see things taper off by the afternoon, looking at about 1 to 3 inches for most of the area. Probably closer to an inch for far northwest suburbs and areas.